Thank you, Governor. Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. If you look up to the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was proned out in the top left corner. We'll go ahead and play that video and I'll narrate as we walk through that. So here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that. It's important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive t-shirt with an American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information. Here you see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area, around the parking lot. We're going to pan to the right. After he crosses the street, this is where he moves over into the wooded area. This is the video evidence that we utilize to track his movements and to locate that firearm in that wooded area following the discovery of this evidence. Good. You want to go to the stills? So here's the still photographs. I mentioned these have been enhanced. So these are slightly different than what we introduced earlier. Please pay close attention to the t-shirt. Like I said, very distinctive with that American flag and that eagle. The hat with the triangle and the sunglasses. If you'll go to the next picture, please. The backpack as well. All identifying features that we're hoping the public can help us identify and lead us to this suspect. Next picture. And again, there's a better picture of the hat with that triangle logo, and again the t-shirt, blue jeans, and you get a good look at those Converse tennis shoes as well. We have pushed these out. We'll continue to push these out, and we just ask for the public's cooperation through the public. The tips that have been coming in are what are giving us our next leads and enabling us to continue to further this investigation. We've had great cooperation from the public, and we're continuing to ask for that as we move forward. Thank you, and I'll turn the time back over to Governor.
All right, so we got to talk about some bombshell footage that has been leaked to the public by TMZ of the alleged person of interest, the assassin of Charlie Kirk, right? The person that the FBI believes, as of right now, likely committed the murder. Okay, now I want to react to this footage because, again, this is just a part of trying to piece together the puzzle of catching this guy. As of the making of this video, he has not been caught yet. But this footage has been released along with a photo as well, too, of the individual. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
TMZ has obtained a surveillance video of a man dressed in all black. Now, this individual matches the description of the FBI's person of interest, that individual that you saw in that photo. Now, take a close look at this. This individual, dressed in that same outfit that we saw in those two pictures, is hobbling down a residential street. This was taken at about 11:49 a.m., and he's heading toward the Utah Valley University campus. Now, that campus is just a few blocks away, and we know for a fact that he arrived on that campus at 11:52 a.m., so there's a 3-minute span there. And just 6 minutes after arriving on that campus, the shooting took place. The camera caught a dark figure walking in the opposite direction, with students walking in the opposite direction of the individual who we presume to be the shooter, according to the FBI's photos. This was obtained from neighborhood surveillance cameras, and we know that all night the FBI has been poring over this footage. And this footage just in from TMZ, you can see.
Yeah, it looks like this person is limping. I don't know about you guys, but it looks like he's limping, which I find to be interesting. Maybe he's limping because he's trying to conceal his weapon, his rifle. But But if he's limping due to some physical condition, then again, that would make it even harder for him to escape. I mean, it would be kind of surprising for him to have some physical condition, which he has to limp like that. That means he really can't get too far. So again, I think him limping is an interesting detail here in this footage. But again, it could be for various reasons.
See him
jumping off
presumably
that roof.
hobbling because he has a rifle under his shirt. Let's bring in former ATF Special Agent in charge, Bernard Zapor, and former Secret Service Agent Tim Miller. Bernard, you worked for the ATF. That hobbling, we presume, is because he has that weapon beneath his clothing.
That's a possibility. Also a possibility he was injured escaping from the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a number of ways of concealing a firearm. If he was going to the woods where they ultimately found it, it's very possible he was carrying it on his person.
And Bernard, I just want to note this footage.
This is before. This is before he conducted the shooting, right? So this guy is getting this wrong.
It was from before.
So that means
I
that's
do want
the
to make that
rifle
note.
in his jeans.
Yeah, just saying that
We
at
from the
both
hood,
scenes,
you know what I mean?
the treasure trove of evidence is
We
pretty
know
spectacular.
exactly what's in
It was
his
worked on all
jeans.
night, including the video. All the video
Rifle.
was used with AI enhancing that got them a great
from the
opportunity
hood.
for some of this. And of course, he wore
You know
the
what
worst
I'm saying?
possible shirt, which is a black shirt with a white
About
square
to do
on
a
it.
walk by
And
or
it's
something
making
like
it easier
that.
for them to
That's
identify
how you
him
come.
as their current suspect.
Tim, and that's a question I have. Look, we're looking at this. We don't know if he has that 30-06 under his clothing or not.
Yeah.
But he is hobbling, and it does raise that question. But I was wondering that as well. Why wear that shirt? I understand it might have been an effort to blend in with the crowd, a political T-shirt at a political event, but it does allow you to track who sells this T-shirt, who bought this T-shirt, was it on Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Kaylee. But remember that this individual had a careful plan that he was going to execute. He wanted to fit in. It looks similar to, if you flash back to the assassination attempt on President Trump, to what Crooks did. There was unusual behavior before the event. And unfortunately, nobody picked up on it. To your point, though, as you look at his behavior, it should cause people to pay attention, but they didn't. And unfortunately, he did the same method that we saw Crooks. He had obviously seen the event before he accessed the roof, and then he was able to deliver a fatal shot, which unfortunately, Charlie only had close-in protection. That doesn't prevent a person with a rifle from shooting, and in this case, killing.
Yeah, so there's also more footage. This is after the shooting. Okay, so this is after the shooting. You guys can see him going back there. So again, this appears to be this individual going to the spot to set up his weapon, and this is him leaving, or they believe that's him leaving afterwards. So that's what we have here. It's kind of amazing how TMZ gets access to these videos before anybody else. I wonder how they do it.
We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing. This case also highlights the dedication of our law enforcement community. We have 20 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners that are working shoulder to shoulder to find the person who committed this horrific crime. With their support, we've completed nearly 200 interviews. As you're aware, as has already been reported, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification and arrest of the person responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk. We also continue to implore the public to support this investigation and come forward with any information. We are truly hopeful that this video and new photos will lead to even more tips. We are processing. We have an incredible team, a state and federal team working together to process those tips. We are going out in tandem to interview any potential person of interest or suspects. But we need, again, we need as much help as we can possibly get. Any videos or photos that you might have, the public, should be submitted to our digital media tip line, which is www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. Again, that is fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lower. For those people who are spending so much time on social media, I think Charlie said it best, that when things get bad, we should put our phones down and spend a little time with our families. There is a tremendous amount of disinformation. We are tracking our team, the state team, and I'm sure the federal team as well. What we're seeing is our adversaries want violence. China, we have bots from Russia, China, all over the world that are trying to instill disinformation and encourage violence. I would encourage you to ignore those, to turn off those streams, and to spend a little more time with our families. We desperately need some healing. We'll have more to say about that in the days and weeks to come. More than anything, we are going to catch this person. Last thing I will just say is we've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah. Again, to the public, to those who are grieving, thank you for your prayers. I know we are feeling those prayers. I know the Kirk family is feeling those prayers as well. We pray that God will bless our nation at this very dark time. We can start healing by finding this perpetrator and holding him accountable, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.